Well, for some reason, I'm having trouble videotaping what I need to say. The president's speech was a good start, but free trade agreements are not in the American people's best interest. They only help the top few and actually take away jobs here in America. But if it's going to be business as usual, then of course that so-called free trade agreement, which only brings money to the top 1% or 2%, and takes jobs away from Americans. If that's passed, well, it's business as usual. And unfortunately, the American people need to find representatives who are willing to stand up for them instead of people like Bachmann who want just to enrich herself. I mean, she must have made a fortune on that farm bill because her people have farms which they make huge profits off of thanks to government subsidies or welfare. And that's, how can I put it? If it's not a criminal act, it's certainly not kosher. We need people in government who are going to think about the people. Now, like I said, our president made a good start, but more needs to be done. We need a one-payer system which takes the money out of the hands of private industry and puts it in the government's hand so there's no profit being made and the American people get a health care plan that provides more for them. Now, Republicans or the Democrats can grab it. I don't care. They can get the credit. But let's be honest. You know, too many things in the government are done not for the American people. It's done to make their rich friends richer. And I can, oh, in my head, I can tell you things that people in the government have done which is illegal. And they should go to jail for. I mean, we all know what they did for the banks. I can tell you personal stories on how government money has been stolen from my bank accounts, and I can name the banks: Chase Manhattan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all the banks that stole money from people who have houses, who have foreclosed on their properties, so the banks can make a fortune, and these people are put out in the street. This is what is happening, and a lot more. And yes, I'm going to start asking other news agencies to interview me. Now, I doubt if any of the major news agencies will interview me. ABC, NBC, well, Channel 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 13 back in New York, which is 9 here in Seattle. None of them will interview me. It's going, unfortunately, have to be a different news agency who really cares about the people and not giving us bunk. I could have used another word, but I want this for everyone to hear, including the little kids, so they know how corrupt this society has become, where real news and how I can't get justice. I can't even get a credit report, which by law supposedly I'm supposed to get. But these credit agencies won't give it. And then when you contact the government, well, we can't get you the credit report. We just see if they are breaking any laws. Well, hey, federal government, these so-called credit agencies are breaking the law. So why don't you prosecute them? I'm still waiting to get a copy of my credit report. Who is going to help me? It's certainly not the government, because they're in the hands of the upper crust, the criminals, who are willing to ship jobs overseas, not willing to pay their fair share in taxes, because they feel they shouldn't have to. They're doing so much by enriching themselves, while you and I have to go begging. That's the big problem in the United States. Our government officials don't care about the people anymore. They just want to get elected and just want to enrich themselves, like Michelle Bachmann and other criminals who are in Congress, the Senate, and, they threaten reporters, and it's surprising. I mean, News One back in New York isn't a little news company, but I guess because they're in Congress or the Senate, they can break the laws that you and I have to abide by. Now that's a shame.